Hello viewers, I'm your host Shivangi Mishra with another episode of South Asia Focus. Let's begin the show. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's recent actions, driven by political motivations, have sent shockwaves through diplomatic circles. His unsubstantiated accusations against the Indian government, made in pursuit of votes, challenge traditional diplomatic norms and sovereignty principles. South Asia Focus does an analysis where we delve into the fallout of Trudeau's actions and their potential consequences on international relations.
Over the past number of weeks, Canadian security agencies have been actively pursuing credible allegations of a potential link between agents of the government of India and the killing of a Canadian citizen, Hardeep Singh Nijjar.
In a startling development, the usually calm and measured world of international diplomacy found itself rocked by political ambitions of Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Trudeau's aspirations for political gain on the home front appear to have clouded his judgment on the global stage. His unsubstantiated accusations against the Indian government, delivered with fervour within the confines of the Canadian Parliament, have left diplomatic relations between Canada and India hanging by a thread. In a bid to secure votes from Canada's influential Khalistan supporters, Trudeau has taken an ill-conceived, short-sighted step of levelling serious accusations against the Indian government. He alleges Indian agents' involvement in the murder of Hardeep Singh Nijjar, a Sikh separatist leader residing in Canada, who had been designated a terrorist by India.
As I've said, India and the government of India needs to take this matter with the utmost seriousness. We are doing that. We are not looking to provoke or escalate. We are simply laying out the facts as we understand them, and we want to work with the government of India to lay everything clear and to ensure that there is proper process.
What makes this accusation particularly eyebrow-raising is the stark absence of concrete evidence to back these charges, leaving many, including the opposition leader in Canada, to question the wisdom of Trudeau's action in the realm of diplomacy. Trudeau's action have set in motion a series of events that have sent shockwaves through diplomatic circles. His move challenges the traditional notions of sovereignty and mutual respect between nations, and it has not gone unnoticed on the international stage. This move also threatens to unravel years of collaborative efforts between Canada and India and serves as a stark reminder of the delicate balance that diplomacy seeks to maintain. Trudeau's relentless pursuit of implicating the Indian government in Nijjar's murder has been met with skepticism and disbelief in India. Moreover, his actions are perceived as an unwarranted intrusion into India's sovereignty, a line that should never be crossed in international relations. India, not one to take such allegations lightly, responded with decisiveness. It expelled a Canadian diplomat with a swift hand, leaving no room for ambiguity about its displeasure with Canada's groundless allegations. India also suspended the visa application review process at its High Commission and consulates in Canada, citing security concerns as the driving force behind this decision.
You are aware of the security threats being faced by our High Commission and consulates in Canada. This has disrupted their normal functioning. Accordingly, our High Commission and consulates are temporarily unable to process visa applications. We will be reviewing the situation on a regular basis.
This stern response underscores India's unwavering commitment to safeguarding its global image and its desire to maintain diplomacy rooted in mutual respect and evidence-based discourse. Trudeau's unsupported accusations have not only exposed a glaring lack of diplomatic finesse, but have also disputed the delicate balance of international relations. Maybe Trudeau and his team are not aware, it is imperative to adhere to principles of truth, honor, and sovereignty in international diplomacy, the bedrock upon which diplomatic relations are built. Canada has already been seen as a safe haven for extremists and those who seek to disrupt global peace. And as it grapples with the fallout from these allegations, it must also be content with the broader implications for its diplomatic standing.
If there is any country, if you're talking about reputational issues and reputational damage, if there's any country that needs to look at this, I think it is Canada and its growing reputation as a place, as a safe haven for terrorists, for extremists, and for organized crime. And I think that's a country that needs to worry about its international reputation.
In a landscape where the diplomacy is an art form, Trudeau's accusations serve as a stark reminder that political expediency should never overshadow the principles of responsible diplomacy. Canada now finds itself facing an uphill diplomatic challenge. Trudeau's accusations have not only strained relations with India but have also raised concerns about Canada's reputation on the international stage. The world watches closely as these events unfold, with many nations hoping for a swift and amicable resolution. Diplomacy demands finesse, integrity, and an unwavering commitment to truth and justice. Unfortunately, Trudeau and his team appear to be missing the boat in this delicate balancing act.
World leaders convened at the United Nations this week to address the pressing issue of climate change and the urgent need to fulfill the Sustainable Development Goals. In a joint effort to combat climate change, Pakistan's interim Prime Minister Anwar-ul-Haq Kakar and Sri Lanka's President Ranil Wickremesinghe delivered powerful speeches, emphasizing the critical role of global cooperation in tackling this crisis. Anwar-ul-Haq Kakar, Pakistan's interim Prime Minister, urged developed nations to honor their financial commitments to combat climate change. Addressing the United Nations Summit on Sustainable Development Goals, Kakar emphasized the importance of fulfilling the promise of $100 billion annually in climate finance. This financial support is vital for developing nations struggling with the impact of climate change.
Excellencies, at the forthcoming COP28, Pakistan will seek climate justice. Our developed country partners must fulfill their pledge to provide $100 billion annually in climate finance. Ladies and gentlemen, in the preparation for this SDG summit, Pakistan has consistently urged for a significant surge in SDG financing. We are glad that the political declaration has endorsed several proposals advanced by Pakistan and other developing countries.
President Ranil Wickremesinghe of Sri Lanka used his address to the United Nations General Assembly to call for global unity in addressing climate change. Sri Lanka has been grappling with a devastating drought that has severely affected its agricultural sector, threatening its development goals. Wickremesinghe emphasized the need for countries to put aside their differences and collaborate on climate change. These calls for action by Pakistan and Sri Lanka come amidst growing concern over the slow progress in achieving the UN's 17 Sustainable Development Goals by 2030.
We see the fragmented geopolitical landscape of a multipolar world where new centers of global power have emerged. Accompanying this systemic change are, on one hand, great expectations of development and human progress, with millions of people rising out of poverty to prosperity. On the other hand, we see a world where former big power rivalries and geopolitical tensions have reignited in open war, overlapping with new theaters of conflict and tension.
While the goals remain a global priority, many targets are falling behind schedule, prompting a call for global rescue plan by UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres. Despite the challenges and setbacks, leaders at the UN SDG Summit emphasized their commitment to the SDGs and their dedication to finding solutions. The global community recognizes the need for transformative and accelerated action to meet these ambitious goals, with climate change at the forefront of these efforts. As the world grapples with the consequences of climate change, developing countries have demonstrated their unwavering commitment to addressing this global crisis and have urged the international community to stand together in the face of this shared challenge. The road ahead may be daunting, but the resolve to protect the planet and achieve sustainable development remains stronger than ever. The mainland crossing between Afghanistan and Pakistan reopened its gate after a 9-day closure prompted by a border skirmish that left tensions simmering. The incident had put a halt to the vital connection between the northwestern Pakistani city of Peshawar and Jalalabad, the primary city in Afghanistan's Nangarhar province, and onward to the capital, Kabul. The reopening represents a significant moment in their complex history where cooperation and conflict have often intertwined.
The mainland crossing between Afghanistan and Pakistan reopened its gates after a 9-day closure prompted by a border skirmish that left tensions simmering. The incident had put a halt to the vital connection between the northwestern Pakistani city of Peshawar and Jalalabad, the primary city in Afghanistan Nangarhar province, and onward to the capital Kabul. The closure had caused distress among travelers and traders who rely on this key lifeline for goods and movement. Families endured lengthy waits, with some reporting they had been stranded for 10 days as they awaited the reopening.
10 दिन से इधर हम रह रहे तोरखम बॉर्डर में मुश्किलात इतने हैं कि फैमिली के रिहाइश के लिए जगह नहीं है। ठीक है, उठले सारे बंद थे। अभी जो आज जो है ना बॉर्डर खुला हुआ है, तो अभी जो है ना उठले खुले। इधर गोटपाल पे हम बच्चों के साथ सोते होते हैं। ठीक है, अभी खाने के लिए हमारे पास पैसे नहीं है। किसी टाइम भी जो है ना उधर से हमने उधार करके लाए थे, वो पैसे सारे खर्च हो गए। अभी कुछ भी नहीं है। अभी बच्चों के लिए खाने के लिए पैसे नहीं। अभी बोलता है मुझे नान खिलाओ, भाई किधर से मैं इनको खिलाऊं? जेब में पैसे जब नहीं हो तो खाना किधर से खिलाऊं?
Historically, the Afghanistan-Pakistan border has been a site of both cooperation and conflict. The Durand Line, established in the late 19th century, has been a source of dispute, with Afghanistan never fully recognizing it as its border with Pakistan. This historical disagreement has occasionally flared into tensions and border clashes. However, it's essential to note that two neighboring nations have also shared positive interactions, especially in the form of trade and cultural exchanges. The border region has been a hub for the movement of people, goods, and ideas, fostering a unique blend of cultures and traditions. Despite historical tensions, the reopening of the border crossing signifies a willingness to maintain essential connections and cooperation. Both Pakistan and Afghanistan recognize the economic and humanitarian significance of keeping these routes open, acknowledging that such cooperation can lead to mutual benefits and regional stability.
ये 9-10 दिन बन रहा है, तो अभी थोड़े 2-3 दिन ज़्यादा वो रश होगा, लोग आएंगे, इसकी वजह से 9-10 शायद ये थोड़ा ऊपर चला जाए फिगर। बाकी रूटीन में 4-4-5 हज़ार के दरमियान में होता है।
As the gates swing open once more, the residents on either side of the border hope that these two neighboring nations can continue to navigate their complex history while prioritizing peaceful coexistence and collaboration in the face of shared challenges.
Time now for Asia This Week, the stories from across the continent.
Iran on Friday paraded its military hardware to mark the beginning of Holy Defense Week. The parade was attended by Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi, who expressed in his address the importance of regional security and concerns regarding the presence of foreign armies in the region. The display included drones, special military vehicles.
あちらに見えますのがですね、農業 IoT のミハラスといったようなソリューションになっております。水位であったりだとか、地温であったりだとか、様々な情報を取得することができるようなソリューションになっております。連動させていただきまして、エビデンスをもとに提出させていただくことによって、クレジットを創出しようといったようなところ。
これからはやっぱり見える化ということで、パソコンで管理して、例えば中干ししましたか、終わりましたかっていう時にパパッと叩けばいついつですよ、次年度その次っていうのに対してすごく多分参考になると思うので、これからはそうやっていくべきじゃないかなって思います。
Immersed in the celebrations of the much-awaited festival of Ganesh Chaturthi. The festival is being celebrated with great devotion across India and other parts of the world. Ganesh Chaturthi commemorates the birth anniversary of the Hindu god Ganesha and is marked with the installation of the Ganesha's clay idols privately in homes and publicly on elaborate pandals. As the nation comes alive with devotion, music and festivities, we bring you a glimpse of the fervour and faith that define this remarkable celebration. Amidst the chants of Ganpati Bappa Moria, devotees once again welcome and open their doors to Lord Ganesha as they begin the grand celebrations of Ganesh Chaturthi in India and other parts of the world by bringing his exquisite statues to their various houses and communal pandals in huge processions and in a grand style. As the auspicious day of Ganesh Chaturthi approaches, families and communities come together with enthusiasm and devotion. As per the Hindu mythology, Lord Ganesha is revered by several other names including Ekdant, Kapila, Gajakarna, Lambodara, Vinayaka, Balchandra and Gajanan. These celebrations, which can span anywhere from 1 to 11 days, include rituals, the construction of pandals and their visiting, the wearing of vibrant costumes in parades, plays and musical shows, the offering of a variety of delicacies and sweets to the deity, and the immersion of idols in water bodies. In many parts of India, including western Maharashtra state, the festival is marked in an extravagant manner.
आज लाखों लोगों में उत्साह है। गणेश जी की तैयारी जोर से चालू है। आज आप देख रहे हैं बड़ा बहुत माहौल है। 4 दिनों से हम देख रहे हैं हर साल के ज़्यादा दुगनी चौगनी गर्दी अभी रास्ते पे है।
During the festivities, devotees welcome beautifully decorated Ganesha idols to their homes, offer special prayers and perform various rituals seeking Lord Ganesha's blessings for a prosperous and harmonious life. To please Lord Ganesha, devotees also prepared various delicacies including Puran Poli, Banana Shira and Shrikhand. They visit different marquees while praying and eating modaks, a traditional sweet dumpling made with flours of wheat and rice combined with coconut and jaggery and thought to be a favorite of Lord Ganesha. People perform religious hymns, dance to drum beats and let off fireworks through the 10-day celebration, all of which contribute a unique flavor to the joyous atmosphere.
बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है। गणेश चतुर्थी में हमारा मनोकामना ये है कि विश्व शांति रहे, सब कुछ ठीक ठाक रहे, कोई झगड़ा विवाद नहीं होना चाहिए।
Bollywood actors and actresses too joined the celebrations and they called for an eco-friendly celebration of the festival. Bollywood actress Daisy Shah performed Ganesh Aarti at her residence. She shared her happiness in bringing the idol of Lord Ganesha.
बहुत अच्छा लगता है जब बापा घर आते हैं, खुशियाँ लेकर आते हैं, बहुत सारे लोगों को मिलने मिलता है जिनको आप साल में शायद 1-2 बार मिलते रहेंगे। 2 विशेस जो है वो हमेशा से कांस्टेंट रही है और आई डोंट थिंक कि ये 2 विशेस आई वुड वांट टू ट्रेड इट फॉर एनीथिंग एल्स। एक तो है एनिमल क्रूअल्टी को लेकर और दूसरी है कि मुझे इतनी स्ट्रेंथ दे कि मुझ में इतनी क्षमता दे या मुझे इतनी औकात दे कि अगर कोई मेरे पास आता है और मेरे से मदद मांगता है तो मैं उसे हेल्प करने की वो टाइम पे उतनी स्ट्रेंथ रख सकूं।
Lord Ganesha is considered the embodiment of wisdom and is widely revered as the remover of obstacles. As the festivities reach their peak, a bittersweet moment arrives when it's time for the elaborately painted and decorated idols to be immersed in water bodies, symbolizing Lord Ganesha's journey back to his abode. And as the echoes of Ganpati chants fill the air, India rejoices in the spirit of Ganesh Chaturthi, a festival that kindles the nation's traditions and unwavering devotion. As we conclude the grand celebrations of Ganesh Chaturthi, let us remember that Lord Ganesha teaches us to face life's challenges with wisdom and grace. And with that, we come to the end of this week's episode. See you next week. Goodbye and take care.